welcome to Hero Shack, something or other. Hi, Tim. Rick's in the back. I haven't let him in yet. Diana's still muted. That's her hint to unmute. Hi, honey. How are you? Good to see you. Anyways, how's you guys' week been? Mine's been okay.
Hi.
Fell behind. I wanted to do a lot more for the show tonight. Didn't get it done. Hi, Diana.
Hi.
Were you talking to yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's nice to hear from you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah. So we just got our dog fixed. So the house is a little weird. I think Diana's exhausted. I'm up, but like I said, I ran out of time. I wanted to do a lot of stuff this week with the show, and I didn't get a chance because I was finishing Manga Yoshokin number 2, and we're on to number 3, about a third of the way through the book. And while we're doing that, I'm also assembling the black and white offering that will be included with the package that will have a summary on, people, places, and things within the universe of Manga Yoshokin.
Very cool.
So Diana, you've had input on all this. You've seen it all. What are your thoughts as we get closer to the launch?
I'm really excited. I think I like the fact that you've broken it down to 3 different books. I like the story. I don't know how much you want me to say.
You can say whatever because we don't have very large viewership. But suffice to say that the story is starting to unfold beyond the plot that was originally planned, which is common for me when I work on a project, right? Right now, I'm projecting 3 issues plus a black and white summary book. But that 3rd issue could go double size or it could become a 4th issue. I'm not sure yet. It really depends on how it rolls out. Sorry, I had to close my door.
Hi. How come you went really weird? You're like kind of went, the voice went.
How come what?
All of a sudden it went really weird, your voice.
Yeah, that's because I got up to close my door. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I was AFK or away from the mic.
AFK.
So
KFC?
Yeah. So that's the Manga Yoshokin update, pretty much.
Yes, you were working very hard.
What?
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The art. I just got to say, the art is incredible. Every time I go to read it / edit and review it, he has updated the artwork or redrawn different pages.
There's a lot of redrawing going on.
Yeah, a lot of redrawing, and he's taking
there's
his
a
time.
lot of and there's a lot of Rick aggravating stuff going on.
Yeah,
because Rick, I keep going back and double checking my colors and my lines.
He's like, if I don't fix it, Rick will tell me.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, I'm not going to give him a chance to tell me. I'm going to fix it now, which is actually a blessing, but I don't mind complaining about it.
Yeah, but that's what you always do.
Yeah, I do. And I'm proud of it. The book is going a little slower than I thought, but that's why we haven't launched yet. And that's why we didn't launch earlier.
Right.
I want to make sure that the book is ready to go before we launch. And it's definitely paying off. The wait will be well worth it.
I think so.
Yeah. Rick is really good at just saying the mildest things that just stick with you. You know what I'm talking about? But it's beautiful. The artwork is coming along. You guys hear this every single book I do, but I'm just losing my mind over the artwork. This time around, there are literally hundreds of warriors going into battle, and I get to draw each and every one of them, and it is a blast. And because it's a digital art, I'm zooming in and using really fine pixel pens, and it's just full of detail. I can't wait to see it printed. I'm catching my breath.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were doing.
Other things on the Hero Shack news front. The Great Cyclopean Webtoons has 10 subscribers and over 50 views now. It's kind of slow, I suppose. I probably should be going, why aren't we getting higher? But I'm really happy with the 10 so far. And
Well,
I think that
it's getting
it's a slow
traction.
start,
Slowly,
meaning it'll be
slowly,
what's that?
slowly. Yep. Slowly. Webtoons.
Yeah,
It's
Rick, I
slow.
was
It's
thinking
okay.
about that, but I don't think I will lose it all. Because I'm drawing at like 600 DPI and the lines are fine enough. I think this is going to stick. Some stuff I won't have the quality that I have in the digital, but overall the effect compared to previous books,
Mhm.
Now some of the surrealistic stuff found in Cluster Fudge has that same kind of detail, but this is more precise. This is like I'm starting to enjoy drawing mundane things like cardboard boxes and furniture and wall textures and just things that I've always tried to skip around on. They're starting to really matter. Now that part comes from Krista, who was the artist in Trolls Exposed for Diana's story. She also happens to be our daughter. But she started pointing out she could tell when I was getting into the art and when I was just like trying to push through.
Yep.
So now I'm trying to get into everything we draw.
Which I thought was really cool. She basically called you out on it.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Like I get
it.
a little huffy when I first hear it. I don't
Yeah, you
generally
do.
show the person who's critiquing me that I'm huffy. But like in my heart, I get a little defensive and then I just butch up and go for it.
Well, I think then
unless
you
it's not a fair criticism. If you're just getting trashed, you can't do anything about it. But when someone offers you the blessing of constructive criticism, it's well worth it. Why waste that opportunity?
Well, don't ask somebody for their opinion if you don't want to hear.
Well, that is certainly true, and you know that we're big believers in that.
And sometimes it can
Speaking of
sting.
opinion, speaking of opinion, I heard someone put out another opinion this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, me.
Yes. Oh, Miss Diana.
Yes, I wrote another book review. And this one was on The Crime Busters by Scott Harris King. And I got to tell you guys, I really enjoyed it. It is a lot of content. It's front to back information. Like I was just almost overwhelmed with all the information that he crammed into that little comic book of his. But the story was really good. Chuck Chandler is from Boys Comic back in the golden ages. He sort of resurfaced him, resurfaced, I guess is a good word, and created his sidekick, Trixie Trouble. And she's a spunky little thing. And at any rate, it's definitely worth a read. Check it out. It's on our website. And I believe on his website, you can actually download the PDF of the book free. So
you want to see something cool that's going to be in the commercials in a little bit, but it actually involves your review.
Yeah.
Hang on. It's about a minute. I'll just show it to you real quick. Ready?
I'm sending the link out.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Me, but that's the link to the review that I did. It's a very simple one. Nothing too
Yay!
There it is.
Almost over. Yeah, that's the new Hero Shack commercial.
I like that one. That's new, huh?
Yeah, that was one I did tonight.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it tonight, though. Did you put it on?
No, well, it's part of the next commercial break. I cheated and
Okay.
showed a little bit of it to you early so you could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's really fun. I'm learning more about comics. I'm kind of looking at doing my own research on how to review them properly. And it's more or less my opinion on the ones that I've read. I'm slowly chugging through. I will be done with school in May, so that will free up some time.
Well,
for
and really
me.
the lack of classes that you currently have, like the break you're having,
Mhm.
I've seen you read a lot more, which helps. I've got plenty of books for her to review.
Yeah. I'd like to read The
Um,
Watchmen. I think that will be helpful for me when I'm looking at indie comics and things like that, just to get a better idea.
Where did you get that title from? Who told you Watchmen?
I've been researching and studying on how to do a
And
good
you've read that
comic
it's
book
highly
review, and
acclaimed, right?
that's one of the things they recommended. Well, I am slowly getting there, but they had suggested this particular person that I was reviewing his information on comic book reviews and what's the best way to go about it. He suggested to look at like Frank Miller, Alan Moore, The Watchmen, Neil Gaiman, I think it is, to check these guys out and see what they're doing, so that when I go to review a comic book, I will have a better understanding of how they're put
Well, they're
together.
establishing a higher point of reference there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
learning the proper terms when I'm writing them, like you don't use text boxes as caption, things like that, which I kind of know anyways from you. But
I use the term text box all the time. Like, keep it in mind, but don't make it like a religion because it's flexible.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
If
Nope,
you want
I'm
a great
not.
example, I got Psychotron in here in my room, in my office
Mm-hmm.
here, and it is not what you would call mainstream quality, but I've kind of fallen in love with the ugly little book, if you know what I mean. It's not ugly. I'm teasing, but the point is, if I was still in the make mine marble only mindset that I used to be in,
Mm-hmm.
I would never look at a book like this. But
Right.
because I've gotten into independence,
Mm-hmm.
the old ways of judging comics don't necessarily apply the same way. You know what I mean?
Right. And I want to say, just for the record, that I'm reading more comic books just so that I can become better at editing our comic books, as well as become better versed in when I'm talking about comics and things like that.
Right.
But it's not like I'm not picking up comic books and saying to myself, well, I'm just going to read through this and rip it. I'm not like that. I'll point out things that I feel like maybe could have been done a little differently or a little better, but I'm obviously not an expert. It's just my opinion. And I think the two reviews that I've done, Melvin one, the one I did for Tim, I thought it was a decent review. I tried to point out a lot of highs and things like that. And the same thing with this one that I just did. So, so my goal is to do at least one a month. I'm going to get to more as I have more time to do them.
A month?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You have to do one a week.
I can't read that fast with my school.
Sure you can. They're comics. I have so many in here. I can hand you a 20-page comic every week and you can just write up a few paragraphs, whether you liked it or not.
All right. You know what? I will do.
We have to post more on that blog. Nobody reads the blog but you.
I just posted it. Somebody might read it, and I'm going to do other stuff.
Going to start. I put the link up and everything. Or you shared the link, and it's going to grow. Our main focus is shifting at this point because really our focus really hasn't been on social media or online endeavors, except for when we're in campaign mode. But Webtoons is going to kind of change that. I'll be pushing that as the episodes go up. In fact, tonight, after our first break, we might actually do a readout of the first episode.
Right. We had mentioned that.
Kind of show people how it works and read it out. Now, I don't know what's going on with everybody else, but we have to get to that segment to do that. Should I run the first commercial break?
Yeah, you can. I don't know what...
Hey,
Trying to
Terry.
find a
What's
title
up?
that you like. Go ahead.
She has a title she likes, Queen of the Kingdom. All right, I'm gonna start the commercial and then we'll be right back. And then we'll bring in Rick and anybody else who wants to join, and we'll start talking a little bit
Okay.
about that and maybe do the read along. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. You know I got to do these commercials because I got no pre-show now, right?
I know you got to get them in somehow.
I got to do something. Well, they're shorter at least. It's only like 6 minutes worth of entire material for all 3 breaks. Okay, welcome back to the show.
You're such a weirdo.
I'm having too much fun with that, I think.
I am.
And welcome to Rick from Cross
Hey.
Comics.
Hey.
Hey, I went and saw that live stream. It wasn't you. It was what's his face, the artist guy. Notebook, sketchbook.
Oh no, you mean Pilferpuff?
Is that? I thought that was. Oh, I thought it was sketchbook.
Yeah, Pilferpuff draws.
I am going to have to become more familiar with your talent, my friend.
Well, he's not my talent. He's just simply he was drawing fan art, if you will, in a sense. The Canadian
What?
Shield.
What?
What's
I don't
up,
get
Tim?
I don't get a fancy intro like Rick here.
No, you do, but it's in like break 3. Remember, it was the chair, the stronger chairs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but you're
And I'm
supposed
still
to
pushing
the
Melvin too
intros.
hard.
You're supposed
Yeah.
to use the intros when people come in. It's just so
Yeah,
happened
I know.
came
I'm
in.
going to start working on that. I'll work on it. And have you noticed that our StreamYard has gone free mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bugging me.
Sorry.
That duck is staring at me and he's mocking me.
Cold dead eyes, making fun of you. Like
That's
it
not
knows
an S
something
on the
we
side
don't.
of my head for stupid.
It'll be fine. You're fine. If we start
I'm
getting a
having anxiety.
huge, like, if we start getting more than 10 to 15 people a show, we can go back. But right now, it's just a handful of us, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You heard her, people.
Well-
if you
well,
can
there's
get these
also
things
other-
going.
There's also other ways to bring people on. I know you're using this. There is Discord, and you can make a room and only let certain people in. You've got
Yeah.
do you having your own channel on Discord?
I have not done anything like that.
I have something on Discord, but I think I've only used
You
it for the
don't like
24-hour
Discord,
comic.
Chris. You always cuss about it.
Yeah,
For some
because it
reason.
drives me crazy. And
Yeah,
like,
because he
well,
hasn't
like, it was
learned
the
it.
other. Yeah, like, well, if we keep doing the sketch thing on Discord, I will learn it. You know what I mean? But every time I
Yeah.
use it, it's like after a couple of months. And like I said to Rick, every time I turn it on, it seems I have to update it. He pointed out, well, if you turned it on more than 3 times a year, it might not do that to you. But but like every time I turn it on, it's like update. I'm like, oh God, again. By the time I get on, I'm like, how do you turn your camera on again? What's going on with this stupid interface?
God.
But I did finally get it, and I got to tell you, I enjoyed it was a lot of fun. I stopped myself from cussing. I've been working on that because I tend to cuss at home a little bit more, and I don't want to cuss at all, so I'm working on it.
You mean last Saturdays?
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah.
What did I say? Did I not say Saturday?
Well,
But that's what
well,
I
you
meant.
s-
Yes, last Saturday.
yeah, you weren't exactly specific. I was pretty sure you meant Saturday, but
Right?
No, it was the draw stream we did Tuesday
You
night
just
that I
kinda
slept
randomly-
through.
Did he
Why
drop
is
more
it
F
10
bombs than
o'clock,
me?
man?
pardon it.
Do what?
Did you drop more F bombs than I did on my first interview on Rick's show?
No. No, I just mean at home. Like when my dog ticks me off, I tend to cuss under my breath. And I've really learned to control that now because it's not her fault that somebody stuck a bell where she could ring it at any time, 24 hours a day. But
That's
Dogs aren't stupid.
Yeah, is that her fault? Somebody trained her to use a bell.
I know.
not only
Oh my
trained her, but
God.
she's smart. Okay, so she knows that if she rings the bell, we'll take her out to use, the facilities. We'll walk her, we'll let her do her job, whatever you want to call it. Then she figured out all she has to do is ring the bell to get out. But
Mhm.
then she also figured out if she doesn't pee when we take her out, we get mad and won't take her out for a few rings. So now I take her out and I swear she goes through the motions and she steps aside and there's not even a little puddle. She's just doing the motions to say, you can't tell me I didn't. I did. And that's the story. So yeah, it's like dealing with a 6-year-old who wants to go play in the yard all day. And you're like, no, you have to come in and have your lunch. Nope, you have to come in and do your homework. I don't know, whatever you have to get the kid to do. And she just wants out.
Yeah.
But tonight, she's not like that at all.
Well, she hasn't moved much because she had her procedure done, her surgery.
She had her operation.
Yes, she
She
had
was
her
broken.
operation.
Yeah,
Now
she had
she
her
is nothing
operation.
but a lymph body.
Operation. Yeah.
She had her
was-
operation to get broken.
She was
She
snipped
went
and
to get
snapped.
broken.
She's never going to have children again.
She never had children to begin with.
You animal!
She's a puppy. She's
Okay,
only
that's true.
11 months old, honey. She's just a baby.
I know. We took her when she didn't even have a chance. All those boys loved her so much.
Well, they'll still enjoy her company.
But she's almost 7 years old.
Oh gosh, there's so many jokes in my head. I'm going to keep them all to myself.
I had to go, no, she's not. Wait a minute. She's not almost 7 years old. Like, she's almost
Diana
year
discounts
old in
the dog
February.
years all the time.
If only,
When she was
if only you guys could have that conversation like some kind of soap opera. Could you imagine like if life was just like the soap operas that it'd be like dramatic. Everyone's over dramatic.
okay. What do you mean? Like, we're over dramatic?
No. It'd be never.
I missed it.
But I do
Diana,
have-
Hello.
are you interested in comics with a female lead?
Yeah, why not?
Do you know of any comics with a female lead? What comes to mind when
Um,
you think female lead?
Probably Wonder
We-
Woman.
Besides Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
No.
Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, her
Wasp.
too.
What about the
Alright.
Wasp? The Wasp is pretty good.
The Wisp.
Uh-oh.
There's always Lady Death.
There's always Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Batgirl.
what about Batwoman?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Oh,
I
Birds of
guess.
Prey.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I have a comic book. I can't find it. It was a girl with a girl, but they haven't made another one. I'm kind of bummed. I don't think it's over on my bookshelf.
Which one
Anyways,
was it?
Well,
I can't
Well,
remember the name of it.
well,
I don't know where I was.
hopefully by the end of next month, you'll have a comic book with a female lead.
There you go. Yeah, your book's
Snowdrift.
coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Snowdrift.
I don't think she's getting that, Rick.
No, I said Snowdrift.
Oh, I didn't hear you. My apologies.
That's okay. But
Yeah, I gotta get in touch with the guy that I want to print them. He's
yeah,
hard to get an answer from. I gotta probably after this send him an email.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do Twitter. Hopefully, doing emails is better and faster.
yeah. Well,
If push comes to shove, you can always go like mix them or something.
Yeah, it's just they're good. They're good. I'm not denying that they're good for printing. But this guy is probably half the price of Mixum or more.
That could be why he's hard to get. You know what I mean? Like you might
Yeah,
be
well,
all
not a
tied
lot
up
of
with
people-
other people.
Well,
Oh,
he shut down for like November, December
uh-huh.
to do some maintenance on his printing stuff.
Right.
So he's supposed to. I thought he would be starting back up soon. Like being in January. So
Mm-hmm.
I've had some contact with him, but unfortunately, it's been sporadic in him getting back to me.
Mm-hmm.
But with
Does
like,
he live
what
in
happened
America?
for- Yeah.
do you want me to go over and have a talk with him? It's a huge country. Do you want me to drive over to his house? I'll have a word with him.
You sound like you're gonna. You sound like Rick's a mob boss and you're hired muscle. When we go over
Yeah,
and talk with him, boss.
Hey, boss, you want me to go fix him up?
Oh my god.
Convince him to
Oh
reconsider.
my god, you guys. Are
Well,
funny.
you guys are doing better than me for people following. I should put mine back. I should put a link in things for
You
mine
should, man.
too.
If we don't have books going, we should be pushing something on Webtoons or something like that. Like I'm going to be giving Diana the Hero Shack 2019 book formatted for Webtoons. She's going to start a Hero Shack account, and we're going to run both the promotions at the same time. As a side thing, like so when Mangai Yoshokin does launch, I'll still have these two side projects so that this will sound weird, but I want the site to have the look of interaction and busyness. I want it to be changing. We don't update it enough. This year, we're going to change that. And it's going to become part of a routine where we're going to grind on building up our audience for once. Outside of like Comicsgate, outside of Facebook and Twitter, like in the real world, you know what I'm talking about, right? We've done the conventions, but we haven't really dug in locally. We're going to start the comic book club.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really that's where I think we're strongest, is where people know us and actually see what we do and how we do it and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. True state. True. So where are we at now? I see that you have Webtoons up. Are we going to try to do a reading?
Do you want to try?
We can if you want.
Okay, so for
You
those
want other
watching, especially in
participants?
replay, what?
Do we want other people reading with us? If they want
Possibly. I wanted you walked all over me there.
to. Sorry.
It's okay. Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I
So
will
real quick.
observe.
Okay.
Nice. Rick, will you read?
Yeah.
Okay. So real quick, if you're new to this, Webtoons, you just go to Webtoons and search the Great Cyclopean or type the Great Cyclopean Webtoons. It'll come up. And you just basically get to follow an episode. I'm doing one a week. My first one was 11 pages. The next one was 8. I'm going to slowly dwindle those down to probably 5 a week as we get closer to the 4th issue. My idea is after we do Manguy, I can start working on Cyclopean 5 while doing whatever else comes up next, whether that's Cluster Fudge, Manguy, 4, whatever's happening will happen. And I think I'll transition the Great Cyclopean into a web comic and only print it when I have like enough to do a 100 pages or something, 4 or 5 episodes, whatever that works out to be. I'm not sure what that'll work out to be, but you know what I mean, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
A fella doesn't know. All right. So when you get into this place, the first thing you want to do is log in. If you don't log in, you can't subscribe. And that's the only reason I want you to log in. But if you don't subscribe or log in, that's okay too. I believe it still works.
Yeah, I was just looking at mine. I've actually got 15 subscribers. I think would be there. That's the subscribers. You guys got 10, right?
I only got 11.
Yeah. Wow, this is so like 2021. I'm looking at it with new Rick eyes. And I'm not going to critique my own work, but I love this stuff. It's just, yeah. God,
Chris?
that's beautiful.
So,
Yes,
I'll
love.
try not to critique too much.
No, but I definitely, even though I think this is a really good book, I think I've come a long way. Like there's a lot of little things I see that I'm like, oh yeah,
And
ooh,
action.
I should have used a ruler there. There is the C with the eyeball. That's the Cyclopean logo that we started with.
I
mhm.
see.
And, Diana, you're going to read the woman in the red dress?
Yeah.
Can you see the issue? Do you have it pulled up on Webtoons or just looking at it on screen?
I'm just looking at it from the screen.
Okay, should I
Are
make
you
it just a
going
hair
to-
bigger?
Who's going to read the narration?
I don't care. You can. I can. Diana can't,
Well,
though.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm only playing. You
New
can if you
York
want, babe.
City.
All right.
There.
Ready?
I guess Timothy's reading the narration.
Thank you, Timothy.
You're welcome.
Okay. The 3 of you are the final candidates. You were each recruited for your unique experiences and your ability to sign. Dum, dum, dum.
That's you, babe.
I know. Well, you're moving the thing. I must remind you that you are still under the NDA contracts. This information is considered top secret and extremely sensitive. If you decide you are not interested during the presentation, we ask that you exit quietly.
Come on. How bad could it be? Anybody jump in?
Well, I was going to let Diana read it.
I was going to say that's a one. I guess you've never worked for UFO before.
Pipe down, you two.
In order to understand the weight of this opportunity, we have to start from the beginning. We have to go back to May 3rd, 2003. That was the night that the legendary old man in the mountain fell from his place off a cliffside in New Hampshire. The world was told he fell due to natural erosion, but there was far more to it than that.
So you going to read these, Timothy?
Sometime around 1 a.m., something entered our airspace, plummeting hard and fast. Jets were scrambled and all hands were on deck as it fell, unsure of where it would crash. We were unfortunate it went down. So would you stop moving? We were fortunate it went down in the middle of the national park. but the shockwave from the impact was stunning. Interesting the way to say that. Stop. Windows shattered. People panicked for miles. It also you're making me laugh. Stop it. It also shattered the old man in the mountain. Once it hit, it didn't take long to find.
So these are like just pictorial. There we go.
Now I must warn you, this footage is hard to watch. The way it feeds is a bit grotesque.
Wow.
I'm gonna do
I
a
haven't
lot of
had much
reading
to
here.
read. I'm like, do you want me to do some narration for you, Tim? You've read for like 10 minutes. I feel bad.
Sure, go ahead.
He hasn't read 10 minutes. But-
Soon the creature was placed with Mr. and Mrs. Mall, and they tried to give him a normal life. They named him Peter, the scientist, dubbed him a cyclopean. He attended school with the other unique students in a small U.S. military town called Icon. This is where he was raised. Things went well with Peter. We couldn't ask for more. As he matured, he began displaying superhuman abilities and was eager to help the world with his talents. But things got grim in his senior year of high school. His foster parents died in a freak car accident. As you might expect, this impacted Peter mightily. Fortunately, Icon High's principal stepped up to help Peter. What a guy.
I might suggest one thing. Instead of going up and down, just frame it for the.
I can't.
whichever
I can't
planet.
see what yours looks like. I'm trying to keep it still, but then I can't read it. Like on, can you see like
What?
offering and then while? Hang on, let me
Yeah.
switch over. Okay, yeah, I
Just
can do that.
because
Then.
when you read, fortunately, that panel was up so we couldn't see.
That's why I
Right.
backed it down, but I didn't need to.
I opened
Um,
Webtoons because he was making me dizzy.
All right, so here we go. Offering him a place to stay while he finished his senior year. Although we could see how depressed Peter was, he persevered and worked his way through the gruel of graduation. After, he moved into the Icon Barracks and continued training to use his superhuman abilities. I know this is the first you what?
You should have kept it
I
where you
had-
had it. Just right.
Oh,
right-
you can
right
see
there.
it?
Yeah.
It's habit. I know this is the first you've heard anything about these abilities, but you can surely understand why this is top secret information.
He's stable for now, but he needs a handler, a professional Alfred for our top secret Bruce, so to speak.
Look at that look. Okay.
He looks like a dope.
Somebody read Hey Lady.
I was about to. Hey, lady, take a look around. I think I won.
Indeed, Mr. Santos. But shouldn't you see the rest of the presentation before you decide?
A little bit further down. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. You had me from the get go. Why waste the time? Okay, down a little bit.
2
there. Right
days
there.
later. That's good.
Yeah.
2 days later, Icon Gymnasium. Peter is working out with the fastest man in the United Foundation of Order, of Order, codenamed Flicker.
Okay. So I guess
His
we're
top
coming down
speeds
a bit.
exceeding 80 miles per hour.
Okay, right there.
He has always been a valuable asset to the U.S. government. He's running out of track.
He's gotta
He's
make
going to
his
make his move now.
Flicker wasn't lost. Flicker hasn't lost a race since he was a kid. But today he faces the Cyclopean.
I think he might catch him.
Not a chance, Jill. He's fast, but the Flicker is faster. or the fastest.
Tim doesn't realize I can read his lips. I gotta show them what I've got.
He's
It-
eating fast.
Is
It's
that how
time to flicker.
is that how you imagine his voice sounds?
That's in his head. So
Oh my god.
Excuse me. Flicker's eyes glow as he kicks it into high gear.
what?
Man, my screen just did a flippy flip. And
What?
still Peter inches forward.
Damn.
Damn.
There you go.
And beyond.
He did it.
Yes. How fast did he end up going?
At least 95.
Slow down. I can't read lips. Read well.
That was great. You're so fast.
Oh my god, that voice.
He's praising you for being fast, Flicker. Ah, of course. After all, I am the fastest man alive.
But Peter just blew right by you. He's faster.
Okay, right there. He does have a great burst, but another 2 laps and he'd fall behind me again. Besides, I'm a man and he's a monster.
How dare you? Peter's no monster, you ignorant.
I didn't come here to be insulted by some intern.
Excuse me? I'm one of the lead scientists here in Icon.
Yeah, it figures. Icon's full of freaks.
Freaks? Have you no self-awareness, Flicker?
Hey, at least I can go for lunch without triggering a national emergency.
Excuse me, Dr. Jill. I hate to interrupt, but I'm Captain Anthony Ora Santos. I'm here for the Cyclopean.
He's all yours, Captain, but watch out for his witch doctor.
No, wait,
here.
wait. That's Flicker talking.
No, where?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the guy here to get the Cyclopean sounds a lot like Cyclopean.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
A little bit.
He's all yours, Captain, but watch out for his witch doctor here.
You sorry son of a.
Easy, easy.
Freaks!
Freaks that beat your bleep, bleep, bleep. I'm sorry, Captain. I expected you, but I got a little caught up.
Flicker's a good agent. I've worked with him before. He's just a little insecure.
Oh my God.
You still
I
working on
changed
that
the
voice?
voice.
Actually, isn't that the guy that I was voicing earlier? Shouldn't have
Yeah,
been.
probably.
No,
That's
it-
called-
yeah, it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But that
called,
was our first read through.
without any.
I just
clue
got to
what
say,
we're doing.
just to critique my own stuff. So there's some horse face going on here with the captain. My girl has a broken nose, and Tim back there with the blonde hair.
Uh-huh.
All I'm going to say is I'm sorry, but I did like a lot of other art in this. It's funny because every book does change the art style a little bit, and
But it's still a fun story, and I still like
Yeah.
it. It's
Oh, I
still a
love
good
it.
story.
but I looked
Oh, yeah.
I looked at that one. I looked at Tim down here, not you, Tim, but this guy down at the bottom, and I was like, oh no. He's got like
Yeah,
he's got no butter.
his
Oh yeah.
Did
Look at him.
his
What's-
below the waist doesn't look too goodly drawn.
And what's up with that hand? Is he like disfigured?
what's with the
I know what
guy's
I
No,
was
no,
trying
you
to do.
just didn't put the line in to divide the fingers.
Well, I still do that sometimes, but it's got to be a tighter draw, and it just cracks me up because I know what I was
Oh.
doing, and I know how it's wrong now. But
Oh,
I just-
and the top finger, I think should have been more in line with the
Well,
hand
you know, it's
because
always-
it ends up looking like a thumb there, sort of.
Yeah,
always,
or his index finger is so deformed that like the rest of his hand is down here and it just sticks up about 2 inches. Anyways, folks, this is what you get when you come to Hero Shack, because I still laugh at my old stuff and
Yeah.
I don't take it all that seriously after it's been a few years. But man, guy,
No,
looks
just
far
when
different.
just when you pointed out right away.
Yeah, I couldn't help it because that thing made me crack up, and I don't know. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with all of this. I'm like,
Mhm.
I
thank
still
you, God.
say-
You know,
I still
it's just
say
so
it's-
much fun to make books.
What's that, Tim?
I still say his chest cavity has to be a mouth. It has
We
to
will
be.
reveal that one day once we get like to a lot of subscribers. But like, if you look at like, okay, so this is number one in a chart somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
now, how do you have the link?
246 million or 246,000 subscribers. So we do have a ways to go, which is okay.
So do you have the link to that in the description, or should you either A, put it there later, or put it?
Yeah, no, it should
in
be
the
there.
chat.
I thought I put it there. Let me check.
I haven't looked. I'm just asking because
Yeah, I haven't looked
Yes,
since
it's
we
there.
went live. I was all, yeah, it's there.
It is there.
Hang on. Let
uh,
me see. I will do this. I will actually copy it and put it in the chat. And if you're watching in rewatch, it is indeed in the description. But if you get stuck like and can't find it, it's not hard. Just Webtoon Cyclopean, it should come right up.
Mhm.
Okay, here we go.
there's a link to mine, I think. Hopefully.
So if you've got one and I've got one, number one, I should put those in our links on my site,
Mhm.
and I can make a video off of that. Like I don't have enough to put in commercials right now, and I don't know what's going on with other campaigns, but all the ones that we've supported have pretty much ended, except for Melvin. Melvin's still going. You're still
Well,
in
my-
demand, I believe.
Yeah, me and
Yep. First time ever that I've ever had anything in demand and successful. So it's an exciting
I'm not
time.
sure whether it's the right link or not, but they're hopefully.
So that was the read along in our first session with our wonderful. I don't even want to call you guys guests because you're always around. I love it. You're
Yeah,
more
yeah.
like those like I don't even want to call you co-stars because that's diminishing. It's more like your stars on a show. Like we're like American Idol without the contestants. Or
We're
Terry, where's Terry? damn it?
unofficial co-hosts.
I'm not getting
Oh, I
voted
think
off
it's
any damn
official.
island.
Well, I say
I mean, we
unofficial
haven't
because we
announced
could.
anything.
Yeah, but it's not like we've agreed to be here every week. We just do usually.
Yeah.
Here
No, but when
every
you're
week.
not here, we go to the temple and we pray hard with the priests.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
Appreciate that.
No, I'm teasing. We just go to God.
so
He's the
funny.
best. You don't need no priest.
Because God.
So should I
'cause
do
God only
commercial break
knows
too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, probably a good time.
Yeah, because I got three of them, and
I'm
we
just
can
saying,
always
'cause-
close with the last one if we have to. Diana's starting to yawn, but hang on. I'm slow, but I'm not slow. That
Derp.
didn't make any sense.
No.
trying to choke in front of their pets to see how they react. And here she is. She's doing this sort of cough and
still
then
love
lay
this one.
down.
And here's the dog checking the vital signs.
Okay.
What's he
Just
going
a
to
little
do?
nudge. Check she's okay. Check she's okay. And he goes and gets a knife.
Oh my God.
Just trying to, he was like, I'm going to finish the job.
Doug calling the bluff.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, look at that! I smacked something. This is just the same one, so we can skip that.
Yep.
Chris.
I got the order messed up. That back to the show should have been
Mm.
after the Heroshack.com promotion.
Mhm.
That's like doing my intro after I've already been here for a while.
Yeah, it's in part 3, I think. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, dang!
Well, actually, there was one for Melvin in the somewhere
Yeah,
around
yeah.
there.
Yes, there was.
Another
No,
one
but
in
I
the
have a
front.
Tim one. I have a Tim Olsen one.
Ah.
I should jazz them up like WWE style. Without the Saudi Arabians, did you know that they sold out supposedly?
Huh?
What?
So the big rumor is the Saudi Arabians have purchased the WWE for $8.5 billion.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because they are like trillionaires
Why?
and they want wrestling. They were actually hiring the WWE for some insane amount of money every year to go do the Crown Jewel pay-per-view.
Okay.
And this was despite American upset because the Saudis have they are not of Western sociology. They don't live by the same society.
Right.
Women have far less value. They have no tolerance for basically most LGBTQ stuff.
Did you know that
They're the ones
Gabriel,
who typically what?
Did you know that Gabriel Iglesias went there? He had to do a show outside the city because of the religious beliefs.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he did. He did the show for a prince, and the prince walks up to him and goes, "The women, they laugh. The children, they laugh. The religious police, they laugh, and they don't laugh at shit."
Well,
He had to do it.
Saudi Arabia, like I've often wondered in my life what the West is going to do when they have to deal with the Middle East on a one-on-one level, because they still live in a far more rigid mindset than what the West has settled in. And I don't know how else to put it. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not even saying Islam's wrong or that we're wrong. I'm just saying it's a different,
World.
take on
Yeah.
life right now. And
Yeah.
you saw that like with the World Cup. They just hosted the World Cup, and they wouldn't let people go in with rainbows and stuff. It was like pretty impressive.
Well, I do know that there's AEW, who's one of the biggest competitors for against WWE.
Yeah, they're
so-
going to benefit a lot from this. You're right.
Hmm.
And who knows?
Oh.
TNA might make a comeback now.
Yeah.
And Chris, you didn't correct the one ad there for Webtoons.
I saw that. You know what? After I, because I did add and went through and made sure there were S's on Webtoons. But yeah, I saw that after I ran it, and I'm looking, going, oh yeah.
Little fun fact: a wrestler actually has a copy of Melvin #1.
Cool beans.
Oh yeah,
Danhausen.
very cool.
That's right.
I don't know that
Yeah.
any wrestler has a copy of mine. I've met wrestlers and I've been in the indies way before my comics, but
Well, Dean Kane has a copy of the Canadian Shield #1.
Dean Kane. Do you have a picture of him actually holding a copy of?
I
Dean-
don't have a picture. No, when I was at Hamilton Comic Con, my mom went over and gave it to his table because he wasn't there, and then he walked past and showed me he had it, my booth.
well,
Oh, even Dean
I
Kane.
guess I
Kane-
could tell you guys, Peter Cimetti has a copy of Cluster Fudge 1.
Well,
I think I win here.
Wow. You guys are so I'm going
Well,
to bed.
at least-
How are you?
Wait a minute. Isn't Peter? Wait a minute. Okay, so we have a wrestler, and who else, Rick? What was yours?
Dean Cain, you know,
An actor.
played Superman. Pardon?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least I have a world-renowned comic book publisher who's holding my book somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I had
I'm
somebody who
actually-
played Superman.
I'm actually planning this. I had 3 old copies of Melvin #1 that I'm going to send to a TV show called Creature Features, and they
Yep.
open up mail on air. So it'll be on a television station somewhere, and then they post the episodes on their YouTube channel. So
Very nice, and hopefully they go off on the book a little bit, and you'll get some good publicity.
yeah. I also put the link to my Indiegogo in the letter.
Oh,
Did you put any money inside the cover?
You know, I should have thought about that, but no, I didn't.
Yeah, it would have been funny if like you put a one, and then a 5, like in one of the 3 books, so that
Funny is
one
the
of them
guy-
is getting like a 5, and the others are getting $1.
They've actually gotten people sent them money.
Oh, no kidding! I
Yeah.
was goofing, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good show. I actually enjoy watching it.
Why?
So Diana,
Yeah.
what are we doing next?
I'm getting ready to say goodnight to all of you very nice folks.
No, you
she
have
was
to
gonna
last a
say
few more minutes.
losers, wasn't she?
No.
She was gonna call us something else, and she changed it.
She
to,
was.
No.
You
was not.
nice people.
We could smell the
No.
derogatory statement coming off your lips.
It's
No,
like she,
that's not
she
true.
used all her power to divert what she really was gonna say.
God, no, that's not true. No, I'm just tired.
And that's what a woman of God
I
can
want
do.
to
She
go
can
check
shut
on
down
my
that
little
tongue.
girl. I miss my little girl. I gotta go snuggle with
Yeah,
her.
I've checked on her twice.
Yeah. Has she moved at all?
So keep in mind, Chewy is normally up and down the stairs 3 or 4 times during every show. She's usually asked to be taken out at least twice a show. And tonight we've not heard a peep. Every break we've had, I've gone out and looked at her and petted her a little, but she's she's zombified. I think she's on her pain meds, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't given her
And
any, but
she-
she's still from the anesthesia and everything today.
So she's
Yeah,
tripping.
she's staring
Yeah,
at
she's
dog TV. I keep putting
Yeah,
dog
yeah.
TV on. And have you guys ever
Yeah.
watched dog TV?
no.
I don't think so.
I gotta tell
Traumatize
you,
your
okay?
dog.
It's all
Traumatize your
super
dog by getting her
harmonized.
broken.
It's all beautiful music, piano, and like orchestra stuff. Very pretty stuff. And they basically have video of drones going through like wood trails and stuff, and like
I've seen-
through like
I've
somebody's
seen that.
backyard.
I've seen that. They played that for our dog Lexus.
Hello,
yeah, well,
Eric.
you know what? It puts. Hi, Eric. It puts them in a
Yeah,
zone.
Eric.
My crazy puppy will suddenly chill out, and like she sits there and watches other dogs running down the trail with a drone over their head. I'm like, this can't be happening. And she gets
She
mad
loves
if I watch like any other TV. She'll like start getting rambunctious. I'll put it on and she'll lay down and watch it.
Yeah, she will.
It's like
so
a
yeah, so
3-year-old.
she's been on the couch since about 2:30, and
Couch potato.
So I'm gonna go up and see you.
Yeah, well, you have a good night.
Hi,
Diana.
Eric. Oh, you guys hang out for a little bit longer, Christopher.
Yeah, why don't you just get off our stream, lady?
Yeah, come on. Now.
Before I
Yeah.
leave, though, are you guys doing a draw stream on Saturday?
Yeah,
Yes.
as far as I know.
What time?
Oh,
is
I don't know where it is.
hold-
Is it-
It's supposed to be on yours, and actually, I should say hopefully because I got something to go to, but I'm not sure what time I'm getting picked up at. So,
Okay.
Well, I'll still commit to it. Maybe Terry will come.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
I
get like
advertised it a
doesn't
little
Eric
bit
draw?
on my show.
doesn't Eric draw
Yeah.
too? I think I've seen it
Yeah.
on his channel. I think he draws too.
Yeah.
But we need to start having a theme because I just like aimlessly drew a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah,
I was
well,
just goofing.
Well, I was drawing my manga.
I should have been, but I'm not going to be able to do my
That's-
comics live. Not like
that's
that.
all-
Not during a paneled show.
That's all.
I can't get
that's-
into the book. It's weird.
That's all right, Eric. You don't always need the. I know you were saying Timothy, so it's all right. He forgot to capitalize the T in Timothy.
That's okay. That makes you have a cross in the beginning, which is kind of like a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot to share an interest. Have you ever seen the documentary about the Roman Colosseum?
I've seen documentaries about it, but I don't know which one you mean.
Oh, the one on the History Channel is so good. They had a story about I have to find out the name of this emperor, but he was they were starting to get more like Christian senators and whatnot in the Roman government, and people were kind of liking Christianity and like certain like the lower class Romans. But so this emperor was trying to kind of take it back to the old ways, right? And there was there was an earthquake, and people decided it was the Christians' fault because they were not praying to their gods. So they rounded up all the Christian leaders. I think it was in Antioch.
Yes.
And there was
right.
there's this one guy who was given a scribe by the church to write down all his thoughts. And people actually did try to free him, but he refused because his whole idea was he was going to go to the Colosseum, get executed, but he'll have a stage to be able to preach the gospel.
Yeah.
Because what the Roman Empire would do is like, okay, renounce your God and follow our gods, and we'll let you go. And this guy said, no, I'm not doing that. But he went there to get killed by a lion so he could show that he's not going to renounce his faith for anyone. He basically died for God. And I thought that is just the bravest thing ever.
Yeah. The stories of the early martyrs,
Yeah.
are, some of them are like, well, all of them are incredible, but some of them are like, you will give you tingles incredible.
It kind of makes you kind of look at yourself like, this guy was willing to die,
Yeah.
for God. Kind of like, what will you do in that situation?
Well, I
Right.
wouldn't do what he did, but I would be willing to die. But like, he was like, oh, heck no, put me on a stage and have a lion eat me. I'd be like running away, and the Romans would have to shoot me with an arrow or something. I'd still be trying to get away. And then I
Right,
could like preach another day type stuff. But this guy, he went like, no, you know what? Put me out there with that lion so I can preach a little.
he did it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have to
well, the
respect
thing-
that, though. You have
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah.
He did it with a purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, I certainly
Well, the
respect it. I
thing-
just don't think I'd have the nerve to do it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say the thing about it is you could live to preach another day, but would you ever have such a big audience?
Never.
And the thing is,
But
though,
that's where the
he
old
didn't-
fashioned "it only takes one" comes in.
he didn't give the Roman emperor what he wanted. He made him look like a fool in front of everybody.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, because the lion didn't attack him at first. He actually kind of laid down, and then he said what he had to say, and then the lion got him. But there was another
Well,
story.
God in control.
Yep. There's another story, and this actually ended the games forever. And then, like 100 and some odd years later, the Roman Empire was no more. But there's this Eastern monk, this Eastern Orthodox monk who went and he literally jumped into the arena and stopped two gladiators from fighting, which made the crowd angry. So he got stoned to death, right? And the word got to the emperor, and the emperor decided that there were no longer going to be games ever again. And then Constantine took over, and Christianity became the Roman religion, official Roman religion. And then shortly after, Rome was sacked by Gauls, and that was it. But it's interesting. Like, one guy ended, the gladiator games forever.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
It's funny you say that, because when Damar Hamlin got hurt on the field when he went down, that could have ended football, at least as we know it.
Right.
If he had died on that field, there would have been so much outrage that it would have definitely scaled back the NFL.
I don't think it would have because it was a freak occurrence. It was so it didn't happen at all that they didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I know. Just remember the outrage merchants, though, man. They if they
Yeah.
get their hooks in something. So, yeah, you know what though, Eric, you're more than welcome to join us. I'm sure you can draw. I believe I've been to your YouTube channel and seen it.
Yeah.
Well, I can barely draw, but
it's-
if I showed up, I could definitely sketch some concept ideas.
Anything, it's just like a hangout for goofing and drawing. Although, like I said, I'd love to have a theme.
Right.
Only because I was drawing aimlessly. I did a little bit of work on the book, but I couldn't feel it. Like I have to get in a zone to create.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's all right to, sometimes you'll have something that you want to draw purposely, and then sometimes you won't,
Right.
You know how we were thinking about doing a comic book and whatnot, kind of like. I was thinking we could do kind of a mini crossover just for the kicks of it.
Well,
So
I was thinking that too, but there's going to be a time soon, I'm sure, where we all want to do a 24-hour comic. I think Terry has talked about it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And that would be a great time to try to pull off a good crossover.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of like a contest of champions kind of thing.
So who would we get? Like Lawrence Taylor, Tom Brady.
No, don't.
I'm teasing, man.
Don't mock me, sir.
Mock, I love those two guys.
I swear, one of
Well,
these days, Chris.
I don't think that would be fair to your two characters.
Well, yeah, but our guys are all super. Our guys are all super powered. We'd just like take them out.
No, I mean, he's saying contest of champions, so Canadian Shield versus Melvin and Cyclopean.
Well, it doesn't always have to be a fight. It could be an obstacle course, or they have to fight something else, or
Retro video game wars. Different categories, different things. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like different challenges for the champions, including a fight, but
maybe
not just a fight.
Yeah.
Kind of like the old ABC Challenge of the Superstars, where they had the goofy comic cartoons. Rather, the goofy cartoons all team up in teams, and they'd have races. And this, for lack of a better idea, they would play like basketball, and the bad guys would cheat, and the good guys would win.
Well, maybe more along the lines of a comic book thing, not.
And also, Chris, you guys can use my on air or my Saturday thing for in Discord for.
Yeah, your template.
Yeah. Well, no, not just that. Just like you go into Discord to get everybody together, either in the on air room or the Saturday.
Oh yeah, that would work. That would be really cool, actually.
Now, if Tim's got to be there, you got to use the on air because he doesn't have access to the Saturday afternoon draw along.
I don't.
No.
Why don't
Saturday afternoon draw along is just for the artists.
Oh, okay. Well, you suck. Kidding.
Well, what if he's drawing?
Well, if he's gonna come in and draw, yeah, I'll let him in. But I set up that when I was doing that over on Rumble, the Saturday afternoon draw along.
Oh, it's on Rumble. I'm not on Rumble.
Well, no. We restarted it up on YouTube, and we're going between our channels. But I'm saying when I did it on Rumble, like last year, literally.
Right, you were using it as your StreamYard more, or as your connection point, right?
Yeah, well, when we were doing the Saturday afternoon draw along last year, I was doing it over on Rumble. I wasn't doing it on YouTube.
Right.
Now I am. So I was using the Discord to bring in artists, and somebody
Oh,
slept through a lot of those when he said he was going to come.
I wish YouTube would add a function like this where we could have guests on our live streams without the third party in between.
Yeah, they used to.
Yeah, Google used to have the chats, right?
Google
And you
ha-
could hook
Google
that.
Hangouts.
Yeah, Hangout. But you could hook that into your channel, and boom, you could go.
Yeah,
That
well,
must
it
have
was
been pretty expensive
automatically.
for them to drop it.
I don't know whether it was expensive or whatever. Well, they hadn't updated it in years. People were just using it. They could have kept it, I think, and had it be what it was. You know, but
They even could
they
have
got
charged
rid of
for it,
it.
like StreamYard.
Yeah. Well, they got.
I would have
Well,
paid
it was
for it.
good. Well, depending on what it was like, but they replaced it with Meets, Google Meets.
But
in a
what's the
way.
problem
What-
with
what ki- what kind of
won't hook
meats?
into your channel?
what kind of meats are we talking about? Like beef or chicken or?
Yeah, well, it's a blend.
Yeah.
It's like cat food. It's got a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's not so much tied into thing. It's just somewhere where you can, get everybody together, and you still got to use like OBS, and then
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
Meets. Google Meets, if you have like more than 2 people, you can't really go longer than an hour. Well, you can go longer than an hour, but then you got to just restart it every like hour or whatever.
Right,
Uh,
right. I'll have to
That's,
do some investigating because StreamYard, I don't know. It's cool. It works, but like I want more. Even paying for it, it wasn't enough. Like they didn't give us enough bang for our buck.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say you're best to use Discord in conjunction with,
OBS.
yeah, because you can do a lot in OBS, and then you can do a lot in Discord.
Yes.
No, the conjunction of the two, you can do almost anything you need to. Yeah, because you can set up a lot of instances or whatever. All your videos that
Wrong button.
all your videos and all that, you can set them up to do, make a sort of a scene just for them for each commercial
Right.
break, and then it'll go to one to the other. The only problem is you can't really hear them or see them. Or there's probably a way, but I'm not completely.
I'll figure something
you
out.
can-
I'm gonna play with it
you can
before
see-
Saturday.
You can see them, but you can't hear them. So, but yeah, I gotta send you the whatchamacallit for
Template.
Saturday. Yeah.
So I'm gonna close out. I think just because I'm getting tired and I got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
I almost made it Tuesday night though. I set my alarm. I know I did for 9:45 p.m. I slept right through it. I was like, oh no. I
Shame
woke
on
up in the early morning hours and I'm like, shoot. Was it any good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Of course it was.
Rebellious was on for a bit. Timothy was on for a bit.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And Metal was on for a bit.
Now Metal, I've heard Metal only once before. That's the guy who's helping you guys edit though, right?
Yeah, he's my editor, so
Very
He was more
cool.
He was more hands-on with your book, I think. Mine was more of like a run and gun kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to promote before we go?
Yeah. Okay. Melvin 2 is still is still in demand. Back it. It's a really awesome book, and you'll love it.
Canadian Shield #2 and more is still in demand over on Indiegogo. I can put a link in the chat for that. Also, if you want, go over to my channel and subscribe. If you're not, I put up some short videos of right now of me remastering Canadian Shield #1, and I'll be putting up some other videos of me doing stuff for another person's comic called Dark Con. So I won't be putting up every page of that, but every other page or so, every 2 or 3 pages.
And I'll for the rewatches, I'll add these links to Melvin 2 and Canadian Shield 2 and more to the description. They're not there right now, but they will be as soon as I get off of this and I put them in there. For myself, we got Man Guy Yoshokin and Sign Up on Indiegogo, and we're pushing The Great Cyclopean on Webtoons. Sign up and subscribe over there. It's kind of a thrill to see that number go up.
Gonna start shipping out books pretty soon.
That's awesome. I can't wait till get that in our hands. Yeah, that sounded so lame. I cannot wait to get that in my hands. There, that's a little better. But it's sincere. That just sounded lame the first time I said it.
Yeah, that's all right. I forgive you.
Thank you. I think you're in this one, but I don't know. I'm going to close us with the third commercial break, and then I'll pop the off live thing. Yeah, thanks everybody. God bless you. We love you. He loves you more.
Amen.
See you next time. Actually, see you Saturday on this same channel.
Hopefully see everybody Saturday.
Yeah.
Peace out.
All right.
Later.
Randy Orton. Oh my God, Randy Orton in the corner. Big Show's prone here. Big Show prone. And Randy Orton RKO off the distraction. Randy Orton RKO. Oh, Big Show. As Big Show was staring at the Authority. Yeah, but can Randy Orton capitalize on it? Can he cover the Big Show? What an incredible turn of events here. Big Show and Randy Orton get the rights before he Randy Orton.